Have you ever heard about Sound.xyz? It is an NFT music platform that allows fans to support their favorite artists, engage in a unique way, and even mutually enjoy success together without relying on flipping. Today, I'll share my experience of using the platform and how Sammy Arriaga's superfans are trying to break Snoop Dogg's record. Hello, I'm Taj, digitally known as Tropic Vibes, the host of Nifty Business, where we highlight NFTs and explore Web 3.0 as we move from pure speculation to creating real-world value. The year was 1999. My friends and I were using AOL dial-up modems to download songs from Napster. Each file took about 45 minutes. And at any moment, we could be interrupted by one of our parents that wanted to make a phone call. And then we'd have to start the whole process all over again. Despite these limitations, many people predicted this would be the death of the music industry. Yet, over 20 years later, guess what? People like me are still buying music. Now, tech disrupts industries, no doubt. But guess what? Industries always pivot, and also the taste of consumers also adjust as well. And then, innovation disrupts the cycle all over again. And here we are in a world of free and low-cost streaming music, whether it is YouTube or Spotify or whatever it might be, we find ourselves buying music NFTs. Crazy world, isn't it? Well, Sound.xyz is not just a music platform as far as buying NFTs and flipping them. There are a lot of very unique elements in it, and it's actually a very enjoyable process, and it is a social experience. First of all, going to the website is user-friendly. The layout is great. The minting process is fairly easy and straightforward, especially if you already have used the platform and you have your account already set up. Just like using OpenSea or one of those other marketplaces, all you have to do is sign in with your wallet. But one of the unique things about this platform compared to one of the other music platforms for NFTs is that they have playlists. A lot of times you're just buying these one-off songs and there's no way to set up a playlist, but with Sound.xyz, you can make your playlist and play songs continuously. It's pretty enjoyable. It reminds me a lot of using iTunes back in the day. But then there's also the social element. You can actually comment on the songs. So when you make the purchase, you can pick a spot in the song where you want to leave a tag or a comment. And in the show notes, I'll leave a link to the song so you can actually go right where the second verse starts, where Nessie the Rilla comes in for his feature. That is where I left my comment because that is the area that my wife liked. We're listening to it together. We actually minted it together. It was our quote unquote date night. And right there, you can see where I left the comment. You can scroll through, see where everyone else left the comment. So it is just a fun experience. And also, when you go down, you can see different things as well, as far as the number of each tokens that the biggest holders have, because they rank them. You'll see ranked number 1, 2, 3, and it actually shows you how many of them that they actually minted and so forth. And you can go down to see where people rank. Most people only have one, but there are some whales that minted quite a few. And you can see that all of that right there. So it's very social, very engaging, and people can actually just see what's going on, share where they are. Also get a little visibility for their profile because, for example, when I see a whale right here has minted 200 of them, I'll click it and I'll look at that person's profile and I'll say, wow, this person is a real collector, see what they have in their wallet and so forth, and get to just browse around and see the other artists that they're listening to. And it's pretty cool to see what's going on there. But then also, besides what's happening on the platform itself, there is the social aspect of being able to share this stuff on social media. They make it very easy. There is a link to share, but not only that, there is a referral code as well. You can share when you mint, so it will say, I just became a backer number, whatever it is that you minted, of the name of the song. In this case, I just became the number 4633 backer of Metagirl Remix by Sammy Arriaga, featuring Nessie the Rilla on Sound.xyz. And there is a referral code right there. So if anyone clicks it, it goes directly to your wallet. So that 5% referral fee that you get from the platform is pretty awesome in the sense that you are sharing what you're minting, what you're listening to, the artists that you want to support. And as a result, as this gets more popular, let's say this goes viral. So for example, when I tweeted this out and shared this with people, quite a few people actually tagged, retweeted, and liked it as well, including Sammy and Nessie. So that was pretty awesome to see that they're engaging with it as well, the artists that are featured on the track. So that was just awesome. But then also other people retweeted it and shared it. So Again, just the social aspect of being able to engage with this content. So if you're someone that's just streaming on YouTube and what have you, yeah, sure, you can share that out, or even on Spotify, now you can put it in your playlist, or even I've seen on Discord, you can have what you're listening to currently on Spotify featured on your profile. However, when someone clicks that, let's just say they sign up for a Spotify account or whatever it is, you're not going to get anything. But when you're sharing your favorite artist and they're getting more popular, they're getting more downloads, or in this case, mints, then you're going to end up getting a percentage of that. So it's like a win-win for everybody. You're getting to basically boast about the artist that you might have discovered, especially if this is an unknown artist. So everyone really likes to talk about those undiscovered gems, you know, especially in hip hop. When you find someone that's underground, or maybe even in the band culture, you know, rock, you find some underground garage band or something of that nature, and you want to share it with your friends. So this is just a very cool social element, and it encourages the fans to do so. And that's just very unique to me. Because even if we do that, as I said, with one of the other streaming platforms, we're not getting anything out of that. I know most of the time fans don't do it to get anything. We're just doing it because we enjoy it, and it's just cool to be the first one to discover some artist or whatever. So it's almost like bragging rights. But as an added benefit, even if it's just 5%, it is way more than you're going to get from just telling someone about this new thing that you found, right? So it's like the fans have become the sales reps for these artists. It is pretty cool to me. And as we know, the best marketing is word of mouth. So much so that you look at Tesla, one of these massive companies that's valued at billions and billions of dollars, and they actually spend no money on marketing. They do not have a traditional marketing budget. You will not see Super Bowl ad or anything of that nature. They pretty much rely on Elon Musk's tweets and everyone else speaking about Teslas to get all of their marketing done. Now, will that change in the future? I don't know. But up until this point, I think 10 plus years of being in business, they've never had a marketing budget. Pretty impressive. But one of the cool things about this too is also that it is a verifiable popularity, because a lot of times you'll hear people say that they sold X amount of copies and so forth. Well, how do you really know that? Even the record labels, when they're putting out these numbers saying that these numbers of streams or whatever it might be, this went platinum, how can you verify that? Well, in the case of this, you can look to see exactly how many are minted. It is right there. It is on the blockchain, open, verifiable for everyone. You can click and you can see it. So no artist or no company or producer, whatever, can say some crazy number that cannot be verified, because how do we really know that Eminem or Celine Dion, Michael Jackson, I don't know, I'm just naming some artists that sold a lot of albums. How do we really know that number is accurate? We just have to believe the numbers that they're putting out are actually legitimate. And also, how many times do you see an influencer that is talking about a particular thing and you're wondering, well, I wonder if this person even really bought it? Well, in this case, you can actually see. So this is not like just posting Amazon links or anything and you have no idea if the person actually uses the product. Well, in this case, you can see that this person so supports this artist that they've minted their last 6 songs and they hold multiple copies and they've been rocking out with this person for however long. So you know that this is a true fan. This is someone that's spending their own money. And then you can even check, if you want to get really curious, to see exactly how much they're promoting, how much they're getting back. All this stuff is right there on the blockchain. Very cool to me. So even from the standpoint of just influencers going out and promoting just random things to make money, you can verify this stuff now on the blockchain. And I think that is really awesome. But speaking of verifying numbers and what have you, Snoop Dogg, which is a staple basically in this whole Web3 NFT space right now, both in music and just in general, he has his Bored Apes, Dr. Bombay, which is probably one of the most famous apes, which I didn't even realize before recording this episode that Dr. Bombay, that name comes from Bewitched. It was a doctor on that show. And Bewitched was one of those shows that I used to watch. I was a big fan of these old Nick at Night shows when I was a kid. I Love Lucy and all of those, but I do not remember Dr. Bombay. But that is where Snoop got the name from. But that is neither here nor there. The reason why I'm bringing up Snoop in music and his NFTs is because he currently has the record for Sound.xyz for minting the most for a song, which is 10,800. Well, at the point of recording this, Sammy is almost at 5,000 and there's still 24 hours left to go in these open mints. So hopefully with the support of his fans and community that he can break that record. Well, I should say we can break that record, because at the end of the day, Sammy has been a part of the NFT community, even has been on the show, just a great guy to hang out with in spaces. The guy sings for like all sorts of causes. It's charity. The space might be about mental health, like you name it. He just shows up and he has been just an integral part of not just the music NFT culture, but also NFTs in general. This guy is in all sorts of communities and he just shows up. So as fans of his music, someone who really puts in the work, we would absolutely love to see him break this record for someone like Snoop Dogg, because relatively speaking, although we love Sammy within this whole Web3 ecosystem, he doesn't have anywhere near the fan base of Snoop, who's been doing this since I was a kid. Millions and millions of fans around the world. So to say that he is chasing a record that Snoop Dogg set, to me, is just absolutely ridiculous and impressive. And whether or not he actually smashes this record, which I hope he does, because records are meant to be broken. Of course, with the exception of Usain Bolt's track record, being a Jamaican myself, I want to see those records stand for a very long time, if not forever. But that's a different case altogether. I would love to see this record by Snoop, who I also like. To have Sammy do that, I think would just be awesome. I'll leave the link to the song itself in case you want to listen to it, you want to mint a copy of it, or whatever it might be. But of course, as I said, you can see that whoever is sharing these things, to see if they really own it or if they're just promoting it, it's right there. It says the wallet address, where the owner came from, and you can check out their profile. But whether or not you want to mint this, I just highly recommend you just go listen to the song. It's a great track. This is the remix version. The original is also great, but that second verse by Nessie the Rilla meshes with the song great. But even if you're not a fan of hip hop or country music, I think this is something that most people could get behind. But either way, I just want to thank you for taking time to listen to this as we're learning and building Web3 together. So until next time, later. The Nifty Business Show is not investment advice. It provides insights and information within the space. As with anything, please do your own research before making a decision whether you're making an investment or a purchase.